Yeah.
But the rich people are never gonna suffer anything, just the poor people.
The rich people, like they say there's no middle class in America now. In other places there's no middle class because the computer has taken away and technology has taken away the blue collar worker to where you have either the blue collar or the people with means. And this class is gone because they did the labor, but we have machines that do it. You know, remember the assembly lines at factories that put parts together? That's all done robotic now. So you don't have that force. But I would agree with who said that. That's referring to the well-to-do people. But notice, I was going to read this out of the NIV. Somebody else said they had the NIV. Who has the NIV?
Yeah, I have.
What does that say, the NIV?
Yeah, they say the same. It's going to be, let me see.
Okay, it's basically say the same thing. But notice,
Yeah.
it said black horse. What does black tell you versus the first one was a white
Yeah.
horse?
Dead or dirty or?
Death, despair,
Famine?
famine would be another word for it. A pair of scales in his hands. Things are so scarce. So scarce. They weigh you, they allot you so much. We don't have enough. Famine is a very good word for this.
May I read something which is in Ivy very
Yes.
impressive? Famine had inflated prices to at least 10 times their normal level. Oil and wine now is related to if they have honey, they can survive. And they limit the destruction because oil and wine.
Yeah. Well, so we can already see that the one about the fiery red horse, where there's going to be civil conflict and fighting and killing among one another, the crumbling from the inside out, it's not an external force coming in to do this. And then there is a famine, a black horse, people will die of starvation. Now we know this is already happening in the world. Has been happening in the world. In India there's some starvation. Africa, South America, I've heard of scarcity and starvation, and kids are dying. Well, they say on television, you know, send us $19 a month that we may keep so many people alive. So now all of this is happening after the church is in heaven with the 4 and 20 elders. Now let's go to verse 7. Now here's the fourth horse. The devil's 4 horsemen. And Billy Graham wrote a book about this, by the way. I had. When he opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th living creature saying, "Come and see." So I looked. Oh my, it's 12 o'clock. When are we to break? After this seal, we'll break.
After this seal, I have a presentation of Daniel, which doesn't take very long.
Okay. You're in charge.
And after lunch, do whatever you want, the way you want it.
Okay. Then he opened the 4th seal. I heard the voice of the 4th living creature saying, "Come and see." So I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And the name of him who sat on it was Death. So I would have to say the black horse up there has got to be famine.
Mm-hmm.
And Hades followed with him. And power was given to them over 1/4 of the earth to kill with sword, with hunger, with death, and by the beast of the earth. Now, you can read so much of that, so much into that. But I think that we get the drift by just the very fact that the name of the person is Death and Hades followed. The destruction that is going to come upon the earth after the saints of God have been raptured. And horse number 1 is revealed, the Antichrist. And then these things, he opens the floodgates for evil to come. Now he's flying his jets, he's going all over the world. He is an ideologist. He wants the earth to become a certain thing, which is the devil's kingdom. So none of this bothers any of the first horse And certainly not the fourth horse. It doesn't bother those men. They're not bothered by this. Kill them. Life is cheap. Because the devil, the wages of sin is death. The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I am come that you might have life and have it more abundantly. Here you see it being portrayed in these four horsemen. Right there. But it's going to be on an unprecedented scale. We cannot imagine. Again, I reference Parkland. Can America wake up and see what's happening? This is not who we have been. Okay.
But this is the future, right?
Yes, this happens after the rapture.
Okay. So what we see now is not this.
No, it's the forerunner. It's a pretext.
Okay.
The Spirit is already here. We're seeing glimpses of it. But it's going to be, remember, who is the restrainer? And the church is. So there's no restraining down here. The devil's loose. You'll lock up your doors. You'll have your guns. Man.